So the last 3 or 4 years particularly have been a real challenge. We've had some huge numbers to hit, and the reason we've hit those is because we work together, people have been up for change. If we can provide the right kit that people have been needing and striving for so long, what we need is each individual to take that opportunity and to test what they can do with it. How can they have a different relationship with their customer, with their colleagues? How can it change the way they work for the better? So we have a budget challenge. At the moment we've got quite a lot of buildings that are quite expensive. If we can work in a different way, part of the way we can meet our financial challenge is to reduce our accommodation costs, to pull ourselves together into one building and to make that reduction in expenditure rather than less people doing social work and doing all those key things. In the same way, I think if we don't use technology, we will be left behind. We've probably been restricted before where we want to carry out a more mobile service, but our technology doesn't allow us. We can't pick our PC up. So now we can get the right kit for people to go and deliver into the business, not need to come back, so everybody can do things in a much more efficient way. And agile working means you don't have to get up every morning, get dressed and hit the 9 o'clock or the 8 o'clock train. It means you can work in a very different way, make the most of the time you need both in life and in your operation, but also allows you to go and work actually with the people you need to be in partnership with. Have a different arrangement with those, a different conversation in a different setting that could just set a whole context in a different way. So we've got some very different services, some who have taken the opportunity, so comms is a bit more set up to be in that way, whereas a contact centre historically have sat in a desk in the office. But I think that's the problem, where the contact centre actually there could be some real benefits of being able to attract people from different areas, being able to open in different times, and we just haven't explored it because it's not kind of a natural thing to do because we like everybody sat in a desk. So there's an opportunity, I think, in the less traditional areas to really think in a different way, to try all these. So I know from my own personal point of view, I was stuck at home the other day and I was thinking I've got a lot of meetings, I just had them over the phone. And there were some different skills about listening to people over the phone rather than in a face-to-face, but actually I didn't need to traipse all the way into the office, spend a lot of time on the train. I could just get on with it very quickly, and actually I probably made the conversations a bit more succinct, a little bit more clear, and we got to the point in a quicker way. But we don't always think that that's such a basic and easy option to do. So of course we have to work in the best way for the customers we serve. There's certain roles where we have to understand that it's covered and there's the right people to see the face-to-face service or whatever it is that they provide. However, it might be that we need to redesign that in a different way. If we can literally go and work in local offices or in a library, it might be that we make appointments in those places and we can deliver a very different service. I know from a customer's perspective, when you sit somebody down in their home, at times it's a much different experience than if you're sitting down in a council building with a lot of suits. So there is an opportunity here to make this feel more real, to change the relationship with customers, put them more at ease and get some better outcomes from that. So we need everybody to try some different things. So the new kit will include video conferencing, being able to share documents, use of Wi-Fi, going and sit in Costa. It will all fit in. So we need you to try that. You, your colleagues, the business, go and try. See how a meeting feels like with people in different locations. See how rather than sitting down and talking through a one-to-one, you could do that in different locations. You need to go and try different things, see how they work. Speak to the OW team. There will be bits in the technology that you probably don't even know exist. Go and find out what they are, find out what other people are doing and go and have a go. I'm sure it won't all work perfectly first time. Give it a test, see what works for you and then adapt your service in the right way. So we need individual leaders and champions, whatever level in the organisation, people who think they can make this work, can see the opportunity and want to put some effort and commitment into leading it forward. So work with your team, with your manager, come and speak to the OW team. We are looking for some champions, we're looking for some good practice that we can share. And we're looking for feedback to make sure we get the technology and the solutions in the right place for you. But please take the opportunity to develop yourself and your work-life pattern off the back of the opportunity the technology brings. At a very low level, my wife works for a local authority. They've got nothing special but They've got iPads and laptops. In the morning she will decide whether she goes to work, and if she's got a couple of meetings, she'll say I'm going to hang out into that meeting, and they work at home. It works really well. It's a much more relaxed place to be than I've got to be up at a certain time. Probably gets more done, but it's that culture that needs to change, where we don't wake up and the first thing is I've got to get the 8 o'clock train every day. It's more about what am I trying to do and where's the best place for me to do that and what's the best way for me to do. So for me, that's the future we're looking for, a place where we wake up and we decide to work in a different way. It's not a process, it's not putting people into a box of I'm an agile or I'm this. I wake up and I work in the right way.